Greetings, writers. It's Mr. Hebda from the Lackawanna College Writing Center here with our video on parallelism. So what's parallelism? So if we notice, that word parallelism has another word inside it, parallel. And I know if you're like me, you think of math when you think of a parallel. You think of two lines that are kind of running alongside each other but never really ever touch. You probably think of something like that. Another way to think about parallels is that parallels are mirrored or matching shapes, just like how we have these two kind of bars on the left-hand side here. They're the same size and shape, same color even. So that way of thinking about parallels helps us to understand parallelism in writing, because parallelism means that items in a list have to match up grammatically, so they all have to mirror each other and be the same kinds of words or phrases, just like we have the same kinds of shapes and colors in our two bars here on the left. So let's check out an example. Tracy gathered her pen, notebook, and textbook. So what do those red words that make up our list have in common? Well, they're all things, right? They're all nouns. So they match. This would be a grammatically parallel sentence. However, parallelism is more than just about single words in lists. We can also have entire groups of words, phrases, or even independent clauses that form lists. Here's an example. Ahmad played video games and finished his homework. So here we've got two items in a list that's joined by the word and our items are played video games and finished his homework. And to help us break down the structure of those phrases, I've color-coded them. So our green words are verbs, so they're action words. Our purple words are modifying words that give us additional information about the red words, which are our nouns. So as you can see, we've got the same color scheme going on. We've got green, purple, red, green, purple, red. So we've got what are called two verb phrases here. They're the same structure grammatically. And so they match up, and we would say they're parallel. Unfortunately, a lot of problems can happen when we try to make our lists parallel. So here's a couple examples of common problems. For example, if the verb tense doesn't match up, then our parallelism is broken. To take the example from our last slide, if we change those verbs a little bit, Ahmad played video games and finishing his homework. Boy, it sounds pretty weird, doesn't it? That's because played is in past tense and finishing is in present tense. We've got some time warp going on here, and it just doesn't match up. It's not parallel. Another common problem is when the types of words in the list, or the types of phrases in the list, don't match up. Like in this example, there are basketball teams, baseball teams, and teams that play soccer. So as you can see, we've got an adjective-noun structure for our basketball teams and baseball teams, but then that last item, teams that play soccer, that's a completely different structure altogether. It's got a noun, verb, noun kind of thing going on. So what we'd have to do in order to make it parallel is rewrite it, and one way to do that is this way, so that all the items in the list match up in structure. There are basketball teams, baseball teams, and soccer teams. So now they're all in the adjective-noun structure. So how will we use parallelism in our essays? Well, parallelism is vital to our thesis statements. And thesis statements are the most important sentences in our essays. So as you might recall, a thesis statement is a combination of two different things. We've got an argument or a claim that someone could agree with or disagree with, and our goal is to make someone agree with that point, usually in an essay. And in order to help someone, to convince someone to agree, we use a list of supporting points or evidence to help them agree with us. And that list is where parallelism comes in. One way to help get someone persuaded is to have that strong grammatical structure. So say we're going to write an essay with this claim that you could agree or disagree with. We want to get people to agree with the idea that the city should plant more trees. And we want to back it up with some evidence, right? So we need to make a list, and we need to make sure it's parallel, like this one. Trees give shade, reduce stress, and beautify the city. So notice we've got verb phrases going on. We've got give shade, so we have verb, noun, reduce stress, verb, noun, and then beautify the city, which is a little different because we've got an adjective thrown in there, but it just sounds weird to say beautify city, so we kind of need that adjective. They're all the same structure. It's good. So we can put the argument and supporting points together to make a thesis statement. The city should plant more trees because trees give shade, reduce stress, and beautify the city. So follow that model for your essays. That'll really help you out with building parallel thesis statements. Great work today, writers. I know parallelism can be a tough topic, but remember, we're always here to help you out at the Writing Center if you need it. So feel free to make an appointment. And as always, we have lots of videos on the YouTube channel if you want to check those out too. Thanks for listening, everyone. Keep up the great writing. Mr. Hebda out.